We're doing some teardowns, Jeremy. You sent this one over, and actually two others that we might get to, but mine has the weirdest call to action I've ever seen in a cold email, maybe
Nice.
of all time.
Nice.
I won't keep you on the edge of your seat too long. Look how strange this is. Open to connecting, and then there's a
Oh,
button, yes and no, and I actually clicked those buttons,
you
and
did.
I'll tell
Shame
you
on
what
you.
happened. I know, I know. I opened it in like a secure browser or whatever, but it didn't do what I thought it was going to do when I
Oh,
clicked the yes button.
nah, man, I'm
Um,
curious now. I want to figure out.
it's weird, and so we need to spend a little time like unpacking this call to action. I want to hear if there's anything good about it that we should take with us, or
Yeah,
if this is
copy.
just an
Did
oddball.
it look
Yeah.
at as bad as it looked right now in the email?
No, no, no. I just this is an image, so I
Yeah.
just like dragged the image
Okay,
there.
I
That's
got
why it
it. I got it.
looks like weirdly formatted. It's probably closer to this.
Oh, all right,
Now,
fair enough.
now that's what it looks like. Okay, so without further ado, why don't we throw that famous 10-minute timer up, and we'll just start
Boom.
with this good old teardown subject. Jack, let's connect a day this week. Let's go line by line. We hate it. But just removing that,
Boo.
yeah, just look at the rain. You're a wizard. Okay, so removing the exclamation point makes it twice as good, even though I still wouldn't be comfortable using it. Um,
Well, how
yeah,
about like, what should we just say, like connect this week question mark?
that would be better. Yeah, here you go. Connect this week. And we won't edit the whole dang thing. We don't have that kind of time, but something like that's a little better. Hello, Jack. I hope San Diego's treating you well. Thank you. I don't live there anymore. So do your research, or personalization can backfire.
That's true. Actually, it's
Yeah.
immediate turn off, right?
Mm-hmm. But either way, it's basically, this is Jack. I don't know why I made it name. Jack, CEO at my company here. I noticed your impressive work at SalesBread, and I'm eager to discuss potential partnership opportunity. I truly only reach out to leaders in the marketing advertising space that I know I can help.
You clearly didn't actually show this teardown for the intro, right?
No way, Jose. But let's get to it. In fact,
Do we
I
need
think
to
we've
read
read
it?
enough.
Yeah,
I think
exactly. I
we've read
think
enough.
like it's boring already.
So question, open to connecting further a day this week leads you to a yes or no button from a
So I
tech
guess
perspective.
yeah, the
Is this
question.
like,
Yeah, sorry, go ahead, Jack. Jack, yes.
is this send it straight to spam if we do something like this? I mean, does it increase our chances of going to spam
Not
when we
necessarily.
add?
Not necessarily. I think it's fluffy enough that it's not just one link. So I think it does work. It depends how the buttons are also created. They may be created in CSS, which is just like just normal stuff, or they may be
Yeah.
images. We'll have to look
I
at the
can tell
technicality
you
behind
when
it.
you hovered over no and yes, a different link appeared.
Right,
So
right,
they
right.
each have
But it
their
doesn't
own.
actually mean if it's done with CSS or just an image. So I'll
No, I
have to
don't
look
know.
at the email itself. But either way, I think this is probably, I think it will be probably okay. I don't really think it will be impacting you too much. I mean, obviously it will be lesser deliverability than actually using plain text, but it still
Right.
works. Yeah.
Okay. And
It will be
by
no
the way,
different than having a pixel tracking, basically. That's what I'm saying.
so I clicked yes because I was very curious what yes would lead me to.
Okay. I would
And
feel like a calendar, right? If you
why
say
was it not a
yes,
calendar? Of
because you say
course,
open
it
to
should have been a
connect.
calendar, but it wasn't. It wasn't a calendar. It
What
was a
was it?
page that looked like the thing you click when you hit unsubscribe, and it shows you, thanks for unsubscribing. Your submission has been accepted or something. I clicked yes. It said,
Is this just
cute.
screwed up?
Your response has been accepted. Like almost an afterthought. And I'm guessing now I'm going to get a phone call or something from the CEO of this company. Apparently, I'm
That
now on
looks
the list. I'm
rubbish.
like,
That looks
yeah.
rubbish. How was the
Um,
experience? So obviously the experience not good, right?
it would have
Um,
been very cool if it was a calendar link. Then I would have said, "Oh, that was actually what it should have been."
Yeah, I agree. Plus, the cool thing about the calendar stuff is we could do like we mentioned about this, like you could even like lead to get like a pre-warm-up email as you're registering and stuff like that, or even like a pre-video stuff like, hey, thanks so much, means the world to me, whatever, like, find a slot in my calendar, whatever. But yeah, it could have been like a bit more entertaining than, yeah, your ticket's been sent. And
That's right. Correct. Okay. So glad we got to talk about it. We got two more of this, and frankly, they're better. But just before we dive in, quick word from our sponsors, because today most B2B companies lack the time or expertise to turn those cold prospects into warm sales qualified lead. That's why at salesbrand.com, we're going to bring you 1 lead a day by sending ultra personalized cold emails and LinkedIn messages on your behalf. So you don't have to worry about copywriting genius, prospecting, personalization, and everything in between. That sounds good. Salesbread.com. Click the contact button and let's start a conversation about making some money.
Well, yeah. And if you want to do cold outreach yourself and want the best software on the market, just head over to quickmail.com and give it a go.
That's the one. All right, Jeremy, without further ado, subject, curious, Jeremy. What do you make of that?
Not bad. Yeah, I'm curious. I'm going to open. Like it's fine at this time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There you go. It's not going to win them a contract, but they'll get it open. There you go. Hey, Jeremy, I just recorded a short video for Quick Mail that goes over our content-led outbound system that company used to go from 0 to 10 million ARR in 1 year. Dash, can I send it over? We should note that this company is not the sender's company. It is just a case study.
That's interesting. It's
of
like
another company.
Do you want to know how IBM did it? Like I got a video of it. Like, do you want to know how Mercedes did it? Actually, that could be actually pretty cool merch tag to whatever, maybe your competitor or some stuff like that, right? Or I don't know if your competitor would be a good idea. Actually, it may actually backfire.
Well, it's just not available most of the time. I mean, you would have to start by the case study and then go and find competing companies, or at least companies in the same industry. The nice thing is they don't have to be head-to-head competitors. It could be, they're both in sales tech. They're both in whatever, not necessarily head-to-head, but same space. They know each other.
What I do like here, it's a fantastic email to get started because you don't really need to have proven that you've done anything. You just need to prove that you're smart and you can actually just, understand how a system works and then just say like, hey, can I do this system for you? So it's a very nice way of starting, having like a case study without having a case study. I really like the idea.
Okay, so here's what's funny. I actually wasn't sure that was the case. So what you're saying is they're just telling a story how a similar company got an exciting result, but they didn't play a role in it. And I'm sitting here wondering, did they play a role? Like, it makes me almost assume they had something inside related to do with it.
Yeah.
But maybe that's like a secret benefit here. My question to you is, if they said, just record a short video, how we just helped
that's different.
This company go. It's different, but would it be way better or a little better?
I think it'd be way better, of course. Like for me, it will be way better because that means like, oh, you may be responsible for this instead of you understand how they did it. It's different.
There you go. I mean, that's very interesting, Jeremy, because in theory, imagine you're listening to this podcast and you've got a new product, a new service that you don't have glowing case studies.
That's brilliant. That's exactly the copy you should use.
This is what you do. This is what you do, because all it would take is, I hate to say it, but like you could read case studies that were detailed enough to show the actual process. And if you could just use that as a teaching platform, then anyone could send this and it still carries some weight, right?
100%.
It's amazing because you're not even trying to sell your own service in this portion.
It seems to blow your mind,
Jack. Well, no, it's like, I'm seeing
nice.
A lot of times I'm working with like a newer company and they're like, hey, we don't have amazing case studies to use.
That's how you should do it.
There's a way around it.
100%. Okay. 100%. Plus, I like the outreach in a sense, like it's very casual, like no intimidation, no fluff. Look, this is not even like a personalization line, right?
Imagine that.
yeah, imagine that. You have to think that basically the personalization is the company you select and the sort of like result that you select, right? So for
Yeah,
SaaS business, you will talk about ARR, right? Which
there you
is
go.
annual recurring revenue. You wouldn't talk
Right.
to that to a hairdresser, business or whatever. So having in
Sure.
that
Speaks
way, that
lingo.
personalization, yeah, exactly, is more the jargon stuff.
All right, Jeremy, we got one more and 55 seconds to do it, but luckily we're
Do
gonna
it.
jump to the goods here. Intro, hope you're not in weekend mode yet. I'm hoping this was sent on a Friday. I don't know. We don't know each other, but I have a quick question.
Yeah, let's axe
That made
this
me feel
line.
better.
Let's use
Here's
this.
what's interesting though. Do you know anybody who's looking to scale the revenue and save time 2 to 6 months? Forget a bunch of stuff. Does anybody you like or hate come to mind? Meaning, the ask is not, do you want this? The ask is, do you know somebody who wants this? What's going on here?
It's interesting, right? It's like deflecting, or like it's not as frontal, stuff.
Um,
It's a
what's
lot
the
of
expression? It's if you ask for money, you'll get advice. And if you ask for advice, you'll get money.
yeah, or something around those lines. Yeah. And so I really like the idea that if people resonate with this, then they will effectively just take you up. It's like, actually, I may be. But that is a really good way for hiring people. Like you go and talk,
Yeah,
like I say, like, hey, Jack, can we actually talk? Yeah, I'm looking for someone who actually could help with that. Do you know anyone? And it's like, hey, I actually may be interested. Like, can you tell me more? Or they
yeah,
don't tell you that. So it's a very nice way to not put them on the spot to actually just take or
I
not
agree.
your offer. But I
I,
don't know how it works for a cold email, to be honest.
I want to do one more critique here. They messed up. They lost me because it's too broad, this benefit they're presenting. Do you
Yeah,
know anyone who
agree.
wants to scale the revenue and save time? I read this and it's like, um, now 0 down 590, like, okay, it's
Hey, do you know
just
anyone
like,
who wants 1 million? Like, I'm curious.
there you go. So they could have got me if they said, do you know anybody who's looking to hire a senior sales executive that has experience with running B2B sales ops? Okay,
Nice.
fine. It's more specific, and most people aren't here. But if they are remotely there, that's going to mean something to them. Scale
Yeah,
the revenue and save time.
yeah,
My
it's too
advice is
broad.
like
I agree.
go into like pain you solve and pick the sharpest, most specific one that's likely to be occurring in the list you built, or better yet, build a list around that. That's the most compelling reason to work with you, as opposed to just come on. What are you, like the tooth fairy?
Too
Yeah,
far.
sure. Um, you got anything else here?
Yeah, give me a 5K under your pillow, and then you'll see. We'll see if you see still then two more.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah. Anyway,
All
good
right,
stuff.
that's
No, no,
all
I
I
think so.
got.
One last thing, I think in the email, you don't need to reshare, but in the email, they say also someone you like or or you hate. It's a sort of like breaking humor type of thing. Like,
But did
yeah,
it work? Did it work?
no, well, I know the trick already. Like I know it's been used and I know, the stuff.
Do you
So
know? Do you know anyone, or what?
do you
You
know
mean
anyone?
someone has said that?
Yeah, do you know anyone who you like brackets or hate?
That would want this. Yeah. Okay. It's a cute. Did you chuckle?
No, I didn't. But it's based to effectively break the awkwardness or break the sort of like putting you on the spot to, answer stuff. Is like,
What if what if it would have said like, look, it's apparent that QuickMail doesn't have an issue scaling revenue, and
oh,
based on
that's
the team
interesting one.
retreats in
And
Bangkok,
then
you
the
don't
other
have
one
a
say, no, no,
problem
but hold on,
saving
hold on.
time,
I do, whatever, right? It's like the other way
right?
around, like you chasing them.
Yes.
I like the idea.
Right. In fact, this is, I'm going to give a shout out to the Sandler sales method. It's like a sales training boot camp that they use this approach. It's like, you don't have
Yeah.
a lot
You
of the
don't
people we
you
work
don't
with,
need
they
us.
complain about X and they worry about Y. None of this is like you never think about this, right? You haven't considered it in a long time, right? And
Yeah.
they back up to allow the person to say, no, wait, come back. Like
Yeah.
actually,
I like this.
and that's sort of what's going on here. I think the takeaway is there is something to be gleaned from this like backing up approach. and it would have been great to see him really bring it home with a specific pain point. But
Agree.
if you, yeah, what do you got?
Well, I was just about to say, like, one thing that I do want to mention for is that this end of year has been pretty good in terms of cold email difference. Like, people are actually trying new things now, and I think, and I like to see that. I really do.
It could be, and I'll steal the transition, that a lot of folks are putting into practice what they learn at course.quickmail.io. If you made it to this far in the podcast, I think you're going to be really excited at what's in the course, because it's this conversation, but even more in depth. And that's where I'll leave it. Jeremy, thank you for a great teardown and sharing a few from your own inbox today.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Jack.
See ya.